Yeah, this is an astonishing film. Can you talk a little bit about working with Darren Aronofsky, a genius director?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my favourite directors in the world, and I think he's one of the greatest directors living. So to work with him was a dream come true. I've had him on my list since I started acting, which wasn't that long ago. I'm only 21, so since I was 16, and to work with him when I was 20 was a real dream come true.
Was working with some beautiful co-stars as well, Emma Watson, Jennifer Connelly. Can you talk about that experience?
I mean, great. I've known Emma for 6 or 7 years, so it's great to work with a friend. And Jennifer, she's one of the most talented actresses in her generation, and she's wonderful. She's so good, and she's so good in this film.
I mean, the film's already provoked such a strong reaction all around the world. What do you think it is about this story that continues to have that kind of impact all these thousands of years later?
I mean, they're just good stories, you know, and it's really they survive the test of time because they're good and they're interesting. They have important messages. So yeah, I suppose that's why they get revived.
Of course, Russell Crowe as Noah, our leading man. Can you talk a little bit about what fans can expect from his performance? Because physically and emotionally, it's quite a journey for him.
Yeah, it's a huge journey. It's a huge journey for him in this film, and Russell Crowe has the shoulders of someone that can really go through this and kind of actually take this mission on. But he also has a great vulnerability about himself, which means that, you know, you really do feel for him, you know, emotionally as well.
The film had a particular impact on you in terms of the theological aspects of it. I mean, has that had any kind of impact on your own opinion?
I mean, I stopped eating meat since I made the film, which it wasn't directly sort of linked, but I'm sure subconsciously it kind of was. You know, I think we have a responsibility to our planet and others on it, and I think that can never not be a good thing.
There's extraordinary effects in the film. Is there a particular scene that you think is really going to blow fans away?
I mean, well, the battle scene. I mean, when the Watchers, I don't want to give too much away, but when the Watchers get going and they're, you know, protecting the Ark, that's pretty intense.
What's coming up for you in 2014?
I've got Noah coming out, and then Jupiter Ascending from the Wachowskis coming out, and then after that I've got Lona Scherfig's Posh, which will be in September.
I mean, Jupiter Ascending, we've seen our trailers for that. Where do you fit into that, and what was it like working with the Wachowskis?
I mean, there's not much I can say about my character because I've signed a million things. But yeah, I mean, there's Channing and Mila are these sort of two characters, and they come and visit me, Eddie, and Tuppence along the way. So yeah, you'll find out very soon.
Do you have a message for fans before you leave us about this film and why they should be rushing out to watch Noah on the big screen?
Yeah, I really hope they want to come and see it because it's really entertaining. It's rare you get a filmmaker like Darren Aronofsky to be given the budget and the scope that he's given here, and it's paying off commercially and critically. So it's a must see. It's an event movie, really.
It's lovely to have you here at the Noah premiere. You're looking forward to the film tonight?
I'm so excited. I'm a massive fan of Darren Aronofsky and of Emma Watson and of Douglas Booth, so I can't wait to see this film.
What fans want to know, what are you wearing tonight, clothes and makeup-wise?
I'm wearing Burberry. The dress is from Burberry, the belt is from Burberry, the shoes are Christian Louboutin, and the ring is from a really cool jewellery brand. Sorry. I have a frog in my throat. The ring is from a jewellery brand called My Flash Trash, which is like really cool, like cocktail rings, and I love it. It's like spiky. I really like it.
You mentioned that Emma Watson, one of the stars of the film tonight. What do you think of the Emma Watson look? Because I mean, obviously in this film she's wearing very natural, kind of minimal makeup, but in real life she tends to go for quite striking looks, doesn't she?
I think Emma Watson always gets her makeup look perfect. I love her strong orange lip that she wore. I think it was to the New York premiere of Noah, and I'm just really excited to see her playing a character that's really kind of with a really stripped down look and natural, and I think it's going to be quite an emotional film, so I'm really looking forward to that. I think to get a natural makeup look, you really need to buff it into your skin and really take time. So people think, oh, a natural makeup look would just take 5 minutes because you're hardly putting anything on. But really, you could spend a really long time like buffing tinted moisturiser into your skin and nice highlighter under the eyes. Yeah.
What about people who say, well, I've got a tendency to have blemishes and things like that. Maybe the natural look isn't for me. What would you say to people who kind of feel a bit insecure about going au naturel?
I think as long as you're concealing your blemishes, I mean, using something like Laura Mercier's Secret Camouflage, you can get that looking really flawless on the skin. I think that you still need to have the full coverage on the blemishes, but then on the piece of your skin where it's nice, don't overdo it.
See, last time we spoke to you, you were about to go off to Orlando to meet fans out there. How did that go?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I loved Playlist Live. It was so much fun, and I can't wait for the next thing where it's like a fan meet and greet, which is going to be, my products are launching into Superdrug on April the 9th. I think Emma Watson just arrived. Yeah. Oh my God.
That's either people screaming for Emma Watson or because of the good news that your products are going to be in Superdrug. One of the.
I don't think it's for me. Yes, they're going into Superdrug in store on April the 9th, which is so exciting, and I'm going to be doing a big meet and greet in the store. I think around between the 9th and the 30th of April at some point I'm going to be doing a big meet and greet.
Looking forward to the film.
So much. I'm a Christian, actually. I go to church and believe in God, and so having a Bible story that is made into like a proper amazing movie is just the best thing in the world. So I'm really excited. I know it's had so much controversy about it with the Pope rejecting it and so much drama surrounding it that I'm really excited to see it, and I'm actually really for it. We'll see after we see the movie, but I'm really excited about it.
Does it make you nervous at all, obviously, to see scripture kind of brought to life on the big screen? Are you nervous about how they've handled it and how accurate it is?
No, not at all. The Bible is interpreted differently by so many people, and belief in God is so personal that the scripture has always been interpreted differently by everyone. So what an amazing thing to bring something that is in the Bible that is about God to everyone, and making it a bit more real, a bit less airy-fairy and a bit less like the animals 2 by 2, and making it a bit more how, let's say, God did exist, how it would be. I think that the story of Noah is almost a fantasy story. It's we can't possibly imagine these sort of 2 by 2 animals and the rain and the ark and stuff like that. But I think that God's so big, and if you believe in God, you're like, whoa, he can do anything. And so I think that this movie will really bring it to life in the sense of like making it real and believable. And like, I think that it's too cartooned. I think it's made too for like children and stuff, being like a little cartoon book of Noah. And I think if God did exist and if it did happen, this is probably what it would be like. So I'm really excited to see it and see how they've interpreted it.
What do you think of the casting of Russell Crowe as Noah? Is he the kind of actor that you would want to take on the role?
It's pretty good looking. I'm quite happy.
What's coming up for you in 2014? What are you working on at the moment?
I just launched my own swimwear company. So I've spent the last 8 months sort of, my biggest relationship was with my computer. So I've spent so much time in the office, and I launched it last week, and it had the most wonderful reception. So I'm really, really happy with it. And so now I'm going to have a bit more of a relaxed couple weeks and then maybe start working again.
Are you looking forward to the film?
Yeah, I do. I do. It's been a while since I went to the cinemas, but yeah, it's going to be fun.
When you're not watching films, what are you working on at the moment? What's coming up for you in 2014?
I just released my first single, Anywhere For You. Came out yesterday here. And during this year I will release another track in the summer and an album during the fall.
And of course, the single's given us our first taste. Is that an indication of what the rest of the album's like? Is it more of the same, or is there a bit of variety on that?
Yeah, I mean it's in that, you know, emotional mode, but then there's tracks that are less electronic and, you know, more ballads and other stuff. But it's still it's a lot of it's an emotional collection of songs.
How would you describe your sound? What do you think distinguishes you from other artists working in sort of a similar area?
It's soulful type melodies with sad, you know, sad melodies and melancholy mixed with this euphoric music. Yeah.
Why is that melancholia? Why is that sadness so appealing to you? What is it that musically you find so rewarding about that?
I'm a Swede, you know, and it's very dark for many months up there and cold. So I think that, you know, that comes with a mother's milk for us.
Fantastic to have you tonight. Are you looking forward to this film?
I'm looking forward to seeing how much they stick to the story. It's going to be fun. I've seen the adverts because I'm a massive cinema fan, and this looks like a big blockbuster. I'm excited.
What do you think of Russell Crowe as Noah? Do you think he's a good choice of leading man for this?
I think definitely, because the way they've done the film looks like Gladiator, it looks like those things, so I think he will fit the role perfectly.
Talking about yourself, 2014, obviously a very exciting year for you. What's coming up? What are we going to see from you next?
Well, I was actually in a writing session earlier today with Johnny Douglas, who's worked with like George Michael on Fast Love and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'm excited, making the new album, second album. I'm writing.
Obviously, there's a lot of pressure that comes with a second album because people have expectations and that. I mean, what are you personally hoping for with it?
I know that what the music I'm making, it sounds good. The music itself sounds good, so for me to sing on it, it's just fun. I can't wait to share the music. And it's not a cover album, so I can't wait to get my music out.
Are there any specific inspirations? I mean, you're writing at the moment. Is there anything that particularly you're looking to inject into the new songs?
I've been listening to so much jazz and gospel music and soul, a lot of Motown stuff, so the old like Billie Holiday or Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, all the good stuff.
Is there anyone you'd love to duet with? I mean, obviously you've got a chance to do some of it on the show. Well, I guess I mean alive, because it would be a bit hard if they're dead. Frank Sinatra is not going to be much of a partner for you.
Yeah, so, did he die? No. Stevie Wonder, I think. Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross. Get the legends in. Tina Turner, you know, before they pass away. That's morbid.
I mean, you've had an extraordinary journey since leaving the show. I'm curious for you personally, though, what's been the ultimate highlight? What's been the very best moment of that experience?
Oh my gosh, I've done so many things. Like I've sung for Samuel L. Jackson, I traveled to Indonesia. But I think making the second album for me has been a personal highlight, just doing that. And a lot of stuff with Women's Aid, helping domestic violence victims. That's my highlights.
We're so happy that you're supporting that. I mean, why is it so important for you personally to be behind that cause?
And for me personally, just because of my history with domestic violence, I know firsthand what people are dealing with, so I know what to change and what to talk about. So hopefully I can be of some help or some use. I think the government needs to take it more seriously and put funding towards things that help it, because at the moment everything's going against what we're trying to fight for. Even like Michael Gove, taking healthy relationships and sex education, trying to take it out of school. And he's got children. I don't know what's going through his head, but we need to sit down and talk.
We need to straighten him out. Have you got a message to fans who can't wait for the second album? Anything you'd like to say to all of them?
Just that that's a hard question. A question for the fans that won the album. It's just really authentic. Just think of like Whitney Houston meets Lauryn Hill meets Erykah Badu.